So that's the first part. The second part, and then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And then he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the end of the earth to the end of the sky. So already preparing us for the coming Sunday when we celebrate the feast of Christ the King, that Jesus is positioned, as it states very clearly, with great power and glory, gathering his elect. What happens to the others? Or is it implied that all will be seen as God's elect, the elect of Jesus? Not quite sure. So another way of looking at these two parts is that as we reflect on the presence of God continually being part of the fabric of our being, that the more we come to realize how blessed and holy we are because of our origin being created by the love of God and the constant presence of God within us and among us, that as we come to truly reflect to the best of our abilities, it may cause us to have great tribulation. Gosh, how do I deserve this? How can I, who am so unworthy, be blessed in this way? How can I, who have been detoured vastly from the path of goodness and truth and love, how can this amazing gift of love, of goodness, of grace continue not only to abide within me, but continue to become in my awareness, that is, what it really means to be loved without condition, without the need to do anything other than to be open to that abiding gift. And some people would just as soon see the sun darkened as themselves loved in such a deep and intimate way. It would be easier to deal with for some of us that all of nature around us would just explode, and it were the seeming nightmare of trying to grasp what it is to be loved by God, what it is to have that goodness part of every fiber of our being. How do we deal with that? And of course the answer is quite simply, well, we accept it. It's a gift. And we, as we do whenever given a gift, we don't just look at it and say, oh, very nice wrapping, and that ribbon, very, very lovely. I love the texture and all the rest, and we set the gift aside. No, we undo the ribbon. We unwrap the wrappings, and we do our best to see, to honor, and to be grateful for and words fail us, wonderful gift, treasure, all that there is. And so the Son of Man coming in the clouds, another image that in our fogginess, does God really love me? And how can God love me given how distracted I am so much of the time? I try to reflect on what this means for my being to be so immersed in, that's not the way to put it, is it? That my being is so soaked with goodness, love, grace, kindness, mercy, that yes, the Son of Man coming through all the doubt, all the confusion, all the fear, all the worry, all the anxiety, and we can focus on the great power and glory. But again, I'm not so sure that Jesus would cotton to those words, that power and glory come in being just simply a loving presence. And that the word gather, again, that we can take all the aspects of our lives and again realize that through the abiding goodness of God's love, the presence of Jesus, that everything is worthwhile. Everything is seen as the best response we can possibly offer.